My car. This is my cousin's car. It's under repair, so I'm gonna be in here to clear my head so I have more of a better calm-headed um a better calm-headed can't think. I've been stressful all day today, but a better calm, you know, mental esteem to perfectly explain stuff to you guys. So I want to talk about my court date about March 17, which was about 2 days ago. And they did the same thing that they did to me on the 14th, where they illegally put me behind jail. So I'm going to explain to the first part. On January 11th or January 14th, I had court. And around that time, I was sick. That's when I started to get the flu. I think it was norovirus first. So it was the norovirus, and it lasted all the way up to 1 week, which was the 21st to the 22nd, which where I was sick. And I totally forgot about the court date that I was supposed to attend to. My lawyer, he never sent me any email regarding to that meeting or court session. Neither did he call me to inform me about the court date. So as I'm sick in bed on the 22nd and the 23rd, I'm sick with norovirus. Then my brother, who was staying with my auntie at the time, comes and visits us. Knowing he's sick with COVID, he infected everybody in the house. So I was sick all the way to the 28th, expecting my court date to be on the 31st when I was looking through paperwork. So I found out my court date was on the 23rd. I know you guys cannot see anything yet right now, but as I did with the previous live video, I duplicated the live and then updated it, adding files to prove my, statements. So the 23rd, I had court. I wasn't notified about anything. I even put myself back on calendar. I even talked to my lawyer, my appointed lawyer, Kenneth Wixell, on the phone, and he heard me sick. And he told me, the sooner the better to put yourself on calendar. So I tried to do the best I can. And he called me on a Friday, I think, if I best believe it was. It was a Friday, and I had put myself back on calendar on a Monday or Tuesday. And when I put myself back on calendar, the next court date was going to be on the 14th. I even sent them emails previously a week before the 14th to let them know, hey, I have evidence that I would like to be submitted into the court, and I would like to file these motions. And I'll put the email as well up here. Hello, everybody. Hi. So I did that. I send them emails, and I'm going to go ahead and put that up later on through the videos. I sent them emails letting them know I'm going to show up and to perform a 977, or at least address the court to let them know that I'm present, that I'll be showing up. And this is the crazy part, everybody. A 977 is a motion that a lawyer advocates for you because he's your lawyer. What they do is they present your presence, right? Even though you're not there in the court, they still present you, letting you know, letting the judge know, you're not missing this court date on purpose or, intentionally. There's something that's in your way. Everybody's on schedules. Like, for an example, to explain to everybody here, I live in Los Angeles now when I used to live in Ventura County. And to commute all the way to Ventura County for a court date, for an example, my mom's court date's tomorrow. I have to wake up with her around 4:30 a.m. We get dressed, we take a shower, we brush our teeth, we leave the door around 5 a.m. Then we wait outside at the bus station for 30 minutes, which is 5:30, and then takes us another 30 minutes to get to the Union Station, which is 6 a.m. And then I have tickets as well to prove up here that, I'm commuting, I'm doing the best I can. I have tickets of the day that I bought the ticket at 6:19, and trains don't board until 7:14 a.m. And they know this. They know this. I even explained it many times. So I'm going to show you a little paperwork from October 9th when I was in custody of the jail. This is what they put in the minute order. And I was already ready for court. I was already downstairs from the jail. They put me downstairs for court. It says defendant is not present in court. They intentionally didn't put me placed and present in the courthouse. I could have been present. I was already downstairs. All I had to do was go up, being escorted by a guard, but they refused. And this is where they perform a 977 authority. I'm going to show that picture up there as well. The thing about this 977 authority, I don't know what happened on this court date on October 9th when I personally love to be there in my court dates no matter what. Even if I'm late, I make sure I'm there. So I'm showing you people that they grant a 977 authority when I didn't even need a 977 authority at the time. And by the way, the name that you're going to see up here is not even my lawyer. He's literally not my lawyer. This is a different person's name. This is Conflicts Defense Attorney Steinfeld. When the appointed lawyer that I had to my case is Kenneth P. Wixell. So, as I explained to you guys how I had to put myself back on calendar on the 14th, they end up submitting to the court like around 9:15, if I best believe that. They appeared to the court without a 977 authority. Kenneth Wixell appears to the court without a 977 authority. To properly represent me, he could have said, hey, Edward Mondesir is on his way. Knowing that, hold on. Knowing this, look, everybody. So, January 14th. Right here is the date at 10:04 a.m. That's between the time I arrived to Ventura County. So it's a 5-hour commute. So you gotta take a step back, look at the time from when I wake up, get ready, all the way to going to Ventura County. By the time I get to Ventura County, literally Oxnard Station is already 8:58 a.m. And you either, like, let's say the bus is still waiting for me right there. It sometimes takes me 9:40 or 9:50 to get to the courthouse. Like I showed you here, 10:04. This was January 14, everybody. This was January 14. He could have performed a 977, and I couldn't have get in trouble. And he failed to inform me. So, fast forward to the 14th of February. Attorney appears without 977 authority, and then the warrant remains outstanding. Literally the same day, on the 14th, a week before, when I had emailed him, I'm showing up. Submit my evidence, please. And let the address to the court that I was sick. Let them know I was sick. He refused to do that on my behalf. That's the thing, people. I don't understand. Why is he assigned to my case if he's sabotaging my case? He's tampering my case evidence. Literally, the evidence that I submitted to him, literally 4 or 5 months ago, still hasn't been submitted to the court. So it's like they're trying to have me go to trial with all these, like, red flags, not showing up to court, apparently having a bench warrant. Like, come on, this is going to stay in the record for the court so they could do the discrimination, so they could allow their fraud to continue. So I have a bench warrant on the 14th. I had to put myself back on calendar at 1:30 p.m. I had to show up again. So I show up at 1:30 p.m. I explained to the judge, Your Honor, I'm sorry that I'm late. I'm commuting from this far. We don't have a car. I've tried to change the venue. I tried to move the schedule to 1:30 p.m. so it fits my schedule to show up on time. They don't want me to show up on time. It's insane. And so on the 14th, they took me into custody. Defendant remained into custody of sheriff. And then my bail amount was $20,000. So the money that they've stolen and the very little money that my mom has now, she had to waste the money the food that goes into our mouths. That type of money that we use for our food had to be wasted on my bail to bail me out. And I'm still making payments on the bail. When I was first released on OR, showed up on time, communicate like a professional, like an adult would. I'm only 18 years old, and I act more professional than any of them do. And it's sad. It shouldn't have to be this way. So on that day, they didn't even let me submit evidence on the 14th to explain myself. I had documentations. I'm gonna put up here. I had documentations that I was vacated on January 11th. That's when I was first getting signs of being sick. Then on the 28th, I'm sick with the COVID from that week on, from the 20th to the 28th. I'm sick with COVID. I end up getting the vaccine shot. You see the vaccine shot on the paper, on the document. It says that I had gotten a vaccine shot. And they still put me to jail that same day on the 14th of February. And when I went into custody, they give us like a little white paper document. And we had to give that to the other guard when we're going downstairs, which is the jail, to another dorm or section. You have a paper. And I look at that paper, and it said, reason for arrest was none. There was no reason for my arrest on the 14th on Valentine's Day. Then they lie in paperwork in the system, because I had talked to a lawyer when I was released. They said that I was bailed out an hour ago. I was never bailed out an hour ago on the 14th of February. I spent the night in literally on Valentine's Day, I spent the night in jail. I tried my best to call my mom and everybody else to see if they could help bail me out. I asked the guard, can you give me, please, 40 minutes, sir, and I'll make it quick. I just need to make this call. They told me to call back. They didn't let me call back. We went into the dressing part. They had to check me and stuff. It's very humiliating. And they took me upstairs, and I spent the night in a cell. It was very cold and very depressing when I had no reason to be there. So on the 17th, I want to talk about the 17th, everybody. So on the 17th, I pull up because I know they're going to do the same thing they did to me on the 14th, which is submit to the court at 9:15. Like I showed everybody before, my commuting is on schedule just like everybody else. Nobody is more important than somebody. Everyone is equal to another. We're all busy. We're all human beings. We all have feelings. We all breathe. It's like, it's arrogance. Because if you go to the train station, you have no transportation, and they want you to commute at a certain time, yet the time zones don't match that specific estimated time that they want. But when they have 1:30 court, they lag it all the way to 2:30 p.m. Can't they just wait 30 minutes? What's more than 30 minutes or 20 minutes? What's up with that? So on the 17th, I knew they were going to do that same shit. In courtroom 14, I go in there. David Hirsch. I recognize his pattern. Every time he sees me, he gets up and says, oh, well, that's it, guys. And then he walks through the back. And then I have to walk to the bailiff that same day. Everybody, I hope you listen to this. On the 17th, I had to walk to the bailiff and ask for my name if I've been called or not. They said yes. And this is what the lady told me. And to be honest, this feels a bit racist for what she told me. She said, you have a warrant for your arrest. You could either go to jail right now, or you could go put yourself back on calendar. While she's opening the jail door, she tells me that. Okay, so if nobody get what I just said from right there, there's a courtroom, correct? And then on the side of the courtroom, when you first enter, there's a little door with bungalows where you see prisoners sometimes. And she's basically threatening me if I want to go to jail or not. Like, who wants to go to jail? I understand my people could be somewhat, I don't know. That's why they put a bad name on us people because of the skin of our color, and most people that act like us act worse and give us a bad reputation. So from her saying that, what I got from that is she saying that all black people like to go to jail? That's why they're in court? Like, I'm not in court for no reason. I'm in court because people are framing me and my family. And she's gonna literally have the confidence and balls to say, "Oh, do you want to go to jail?" She's opening the door. So my best my best response to that was to get up quietly, politely exit the room, because it's ignorant, and it's a waste of time arguing with somebody that doesn't have the perspective that you have, especially when you have a better understanding of them. Okay, so on the 17th, no, because it just felt off, dude. Like, her whole demeanor, like, what's the hostility for? I'm not a rude person. And never in my life being there, or any cops that I've witnessed or talked to, has never treated me that way. I never been treated the way like that before from a cop. Like, it's one of those, like, whoa, this really happened type shit, you know? So, that's why I just got up, sir, like, or whoever you may be. I don't want to misgender you or anything, but that's why I got up respectfully, just walked out the room, because it's a waste of time. So I put myself back on calendar, and before I put myself back on calendar, I know they're gonna do something. So what I do is I go back to my bail bonds, the people that helped me bail out the bail bonds. I go there, and they give me a letter, a form, so I could submit to the court when I go to court. But if I didn't have that letter, she was gonna put me in jail again, knowing that I'm trying to commute. So I go to court, and then she asks my lawyer, do I have a letter, or like that letter, basically. She said the name for it, but basically I'm gonna say it to you people, because we both don't know it. So she said, do you have that letter, to my lawyer? And my lawyer said yes, and thank you, it was a smart move. And then after that, she's like talking to me like if it's my fault. She's saying, oh, come on, Edwidge, we can't keep doing this. And I clearly stated before, like, I've commuted with my lawyer. He failed to communicate with me. She's the same lawyer. Christy J. Prusso is the same lawyer who denied my margin motion to fire Kenneth Wixow because he's not properly representing me as his client. So she's stating, oh, we can't keep doing this. I shouldn't have to see you in my courtroom again. If I see you in my courtroom again, I will put you in custody. Okay, now everybody, from that statement alone, is it my fault that they're submitting to the court at 9:15? And this time on March 17, it wasn't 9:15. Guess what? It was lower. It was 9:11. But on February 14, right, everybody? On February 14, they submit to the court that I'm not showing up at 9:15. And this paper here from January 14, right? January 14, 2024, they submit to the court that I don't show up at 10:04 a.m. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with 10:04 a.m. as before? I don't get it, everybody. What's up with this? This is not discrimination. And then 2 days ago on the 17th, when I'm in the bail review room while she's giving a bail review to somebody who has crazy charges, who is probably guilty of the thing. I can't judge, but he seems not mentally all there. She drops his bail to $1,000. While my father, who haven't committed any crime and could prove it in the court, that's why they don't want to release him, put his bail all the way to $370,000 is his bail, my father's. Why? Why can't they release him on OR and give him the fair right to fight for his rights? Are they afraid to see a black man win? What's the problem? Because this is excessive. I even tried to file a habeas corpus, everybody, on the 17th. A habeas corpus is where you make a motion to the court or to the judge, and that motion gets to the bottom of everything. It identifies if the whole thing was lawful or unlawful. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? So my lawyer, Kenneth Wixow, on March 17 told me, oh, We gotta worry about your bench warrant first, and then you could file any motions after that in the next court hearing. Okay, everybody? Hear that. So as I'm talking to Christy, I'm letting her know, like, why is this happening? Like, I'm trying my best to come all the way over here, and you know it too. You know I have no transportation, and they stole all the money. So what do you want me to do? We asked for a change of motion. I mean, we asked for change of venue. We asked for the motion, which is the habeas corpus. I tried to file it that same day on the 17th. My lawyer did not let me submit it. He didn't let me submit a motion. So she's again, as I stated before, saying, "Oh, we can't keep doing this. This will be the last time I sign this letter, and I'm gonna do you a favor." The only reason she did me a favor, she didn't do me a favor, she did herself a favor, because if she didn't sign that letter, that's bail bonds. They already have a contract with me. They'll end up bringing bail bonds involved into the fraud, and bail bonds will see their fraud. That's why she signed it. That's why she signed it. You said, yeah, it makes more sense when we have the right paperwork. This is what we wanted. This is what my father wanted, people. My dad wanted us as a family to be in a perfect camera, setting, all our documents out, and we go over it. My father even had like a little vision to open a podcast in the future too. And I hope we get the help and everything we can get from everyone else so that vision could come true. And I thank everybody for the support and for them listening to me. And it means a lot. It really does. Because when I explain my story to some people, sometimes they don't seem like they're listening. So I just, I don't even bother. But I'm grateful that I have a little community here that is willing to listen. So on the 17th, she signs the letter. Right when she signs the letter, I ask my lawyer once more again. So on the next hearing, which is on April 15, I told him, can I file that motion, the habeas corpus? And he then tells me, oh, you can't file a habeas corpus if you're not in custody. And I was like, oh. But there again, he did fraud. He deceived me again. And I'm going to put it up here for you people. When you file a habeas corpus motion, there's like 4 settings. You could either be in custody of jail, be posted out on bail, be released on OR, parole, or probation. So 5 of them, right? So if you're within the custody or the jurisdiction custody of the courthouse, you could file a habeas corpus to see what is the contempt for, if it was lawful or unlawful. Because me and my family know it's unlawful. Half of the community on our YouTube channel knows it's unlawful. And we have the paperwork to prove it. And they refuse to let us submit evidence, people. Why? I don't get it. Why do they refuse? Once again, everybody, this is an old minute order from December 11th, 2024. This minute order, right, shows once again no arrest date. They never show an arrest date. They don't. They don't even allow us to submit evidence. But I do hope one day, I do believe there is a spiritual being, a God. I believe in a God. And it may, to those that are atheists and don't believe in a God, that's totally fine. But the God that I believe in, I don't know how to explain it to you. But whatever God it is, the one that created the universe, the beings, everything, humanity, virtue itself, I give thanks to that, Lord, because I believe there's something powerful and divine than us. And God, whoever it may be, that sense or a spiritual divine sense, I just hope and pray every day that he helps me. That he helps me shed light and truth to the darkness. So that's what I'm doing every day, everybody. I'm working the hardest that I can. And I never thought I would see myself doing any of this. It's a struggle. I'm really struggling here. So On the 17th, he refused to file that motion when I'm granted that everybody, even you, if you're in my situation, you have that right to file a habeas corpus if things are not right. If things are unlawful and it's true to be unlawful and you could prove it, file a habeas corpus. That's your best thing to help you with. So, on the 17th, my mom even wrote a letter explaining, the best she can because she still has, nerve damage in her hands. And she submitted that letter to the public defender's office on March 17, 2024, along with her evaluation that I showed you guys on the previous live. So that is submitted into the public defender's office, meaning it's submitted to her lawyer. And if her lawyer doesn't submit that evidence tomorrow, it best explains what I'm saying right now. And my dad's next court date is on the 28th. Mine's is April 15, and then for the juvenile is on April 24th. And my mother's is tomorrow. So may you wish us the luck that we need and blessings. And may we all get through this as a community and as the people. Thank you for hearing me, hearing my story. I'll make a duplicate of this live to explain to you guys of what I'm talking about, from the emails to the evidence that my mom submitted on the 17th to pretty much everything that was said in this live. I thank everybody that has taken the time to watch this video and listen. Everything is going to get better from now on. God bless everybody that has done the best they can by sharing, making comments, standing there. It really means a lot to me. And any little thing that anybody does, just know that I'm grateful. My family's grateful. And I hope everything goes well from now. I hope these people take the accountability that they have been avoiding for 2 years now. And by the way, if those that don't believe that they're spreading false information, that's totally fine. You don't believe. But look it up on KTLA 5 and Fox News. They say it's a complete eviction. Put the paper up here in the duplicate version. They say it's an eviction, and I have everything that contradicts it to not be an eviction. And if I have much evidence to contradict almost anything in the reports, that should show and explain that I need a habeas corpus and that I'm allowed to file that motion of a habeas corpus at any moment in time. But like again, this is a video about fraud behind closed doors. And I thank everybody for watching this video. And I soon will continue to upload updates about what's going to happen next. Thank you, everybody, once again. God bless you. Have a good night.